the government balance the books?
Arriving back in Westminster and walking into a crisis.
Is there still a risk to the economy, sir?
The Cabinet descends on Downing Street hours after another emergency Bank of England intervention. Huge spending cuts needed now to balance the books and restore the trust of the markets. Ministers debating where the axe will fall.
Will it be austerity by the back door, Simon Clarke? How can you help the most vulnerable, Chloe Smith, if budgets are tight? 15% cuts to departments, Mr Buckland. Do you think the public sector can wear that?
MPs return to Parliament today, desperate for answers. Borrowing costs rising, interest rates up, pension funds on the brink, faith in government shaken, all since they were last here. The Bank of England now warning of a material risk to financial stability, a Chancellor under fire.
It does not need to be this way. So will the Chancellor now put aside his pride, do the right thing for our country, end this trickle-down nonsense and reverse the budget?
So which of the tax cuts? Do they want to stop the basic rate, the cut in the basic rate?
Tory MPs fear having to justify any cuts to their voters.
Confirm to this House that the government will not balance the forthcoming tax cuts on the back of the poorest people in our country.
As we make these decisions that my honourable friend refers to, of course we're going to balance considerations of fairness.
Fairness hard to achieve when spending cuts could exceed £60 billion a year. But it's that or another U-turn for Liz Truss.
Either a huge screeching about turn on tax, so raising taxes to fill this hole, or some remarkable levels of spending cuts. If he wants to balance the books off the back of cuts in public spending, a really big return to those days of the early 2010s when we had severe austerity and cuts across public spending.
Given the scale of spending cuts in the offing, that's months of the most difficult decisions a government can make, all compressed into 3 weeks and announced on October the 31st. No wonder there are tensions all over Whitehall about what to do, be it on defence or whether or not to keep the manifesto migration cap. And once the decisions are made, she then has to keep her party with her.
One Tory MP told Sky News the government has the priorities wrong and should do another U-turn.
Well, it may well be that perhaps corporate taxation will have to rise or stay at a level higher than the Chancellor would have liked initially. That will bring money in, and that will be one thing that will be sensible. This is a matter of timing, and I think that it's clear that some of that needs to wait.
Decisions here driven by bigger forces than politics. Ministers hemmed in by market nerves and the cost of borrowing. It's not clear how much the people in Parliament are in the driving seat. Sam Coates, Sky News, Westminster.